Flavor that coconut peanut.
Whether it's an item that's been discontinued or it simply hasn't caught on in America yet, these are 10 foods you didn't know existed.
Bet you didn't know.
The toe of Satan.
Oh my god! Oh, so spicy!
If you think you can handle your spice, then you haven't yet tried the toe of Satan. The what of who? Advertised as being the world's hottest lollipop. The packaging claims that the toe of Satan has a Scoville heat unit rating of 9 million. And how hot is that? Well, the Carolina Reaper, one of the spiciest peppers in the world, only measures in at a measly Scoville heat unit rating of 2.2 million, meaning that the toe of Satan is actually hotter than the Carolina Reaper.
What?
This actually makes sense, as the lollipop is actually made from the Hellfire chili extract from the Carolina Reaper, making this one of the most difficult candy challenges around. The company responsible for unleashing the toe of Satan upon the public, the Flamethrower Candy Company, has actually issued a challenge to their customers, daring them to hold the sinister sweet in their mouth for an unbroken 5 minutes of sheer agony before rewarding yourself with a bowl of ice cream. Though we have the feeling that you'll probably be needing more than ice cream to cool off after a full 5 minutes with this one. Few have been brave enough to lick the toe of Satan lollipop and live to tell the tale. But if you think you can handle it, then we can only wish you luck. Baking soda.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
If you're someone who believes that bacon goes with everything, then Lester's Fixin' Bacon flavored soda would have to agree. Lester's Fixin' sodas are a unique variety of carbonated beverages sweetened with 100% cane sugar. Despite the fact that their flavors have a tendency to lean on the more savory side, their bacon soda is most likely their most popular option, prompting spin-off flavors like bacon soda with maple syrup and bacon soda with chocolate. These are far from being the strangest combinations that Lester's Fixin' Sodas has come up with. Other than that, they also have released carbonated beverages that are advertised as tasting exactly like buffalo wings, peanut butter and jelly, sweet corn, pumpkin pie, and even perhaps, strangest of all, a soda tasting like ranch dressing.
Maybe next time, Deshaun.
Whether or not their sodas actually taste like the foods they're supposed to seems to depend on the customer. The commercials for Lester's Fixin' Sodas claim that drinking one should be enough to satisfy any cravings you might have for some of America's favorite tastes. And while the more positive reviews for their beverages on Amazon seem to suggest that it works, still other reviews imply that the concept of a soda that's supposed to taste like dinner just might be a little too weird for some customers to get taste buds around. But hey, we are talking about bacon-flavored soda here, and what you see is more or less what you're going to get. If it sounded interesting from the name, then it may just be worth giving it a try. College Tater Kit Kats.
Sweet potato fries.
Although Kit Kat got their start in the United States, it's actually in Japan where the vast majority of their multiple flavors can be found nowadays. Standard milk chocolate may be enough to satisfy an American palate, and yet opening themselves up to a more international market also opened Kit Kat up to other types of tastes. This has led to flavors such as sweet bean jelly Kit Kat, inspired by Japan's love of desserts made with sweet bean. Other flavors, such as the wasabi Kit Kat, may show off the chocolate bar's more playful side without feeling too removed from the original candy that we've all come to know and love.
No, wasabi.
Oh, same old, what's up with you?
But then there are the ones that seem just plain strange. Like, what even is a college tater? Well, the college tater Kit Kat seems to be based on a favorite snack among Japanese college students known as Daigakuimo, which is a sort of candied sweet potato dish. The Kit Kat itself is coated in a layer of sweet potato chocolate, while the wafer offers hints of soy sauce, sweet potato, and black sesame. Kit Kats have apparently become so popular in Japan that the candy bar is regularly given out to students studying for exams as a form of encouragement, as the Japanese phrase "kidokatsu," roughly meaning "you will win" or "you will succeed," sounds somewhat similar to the bar's name. Brach's Turkey Dinner Candy Corn.
It tastes like gravy.
Grape? For many, there are few treats that sum up the fall season quite the same way as candy corn. With their festive, bright colors, like the changing leaves, they've become a seemingly permanent staple of Halloween and Thanksgiving. While it's not uncommon to see Thanksgiving baking done with candy corn, the idea of candy corn that's actually flavored to taste like a Thanksgiving dinner simply strikes many as odd. Available seasonally at Walgreens, Brach's Turkey Dinner Candy Corn comes in such unusual flavors as green beans, stuffing, and cranberry sauce. The colors on these candy corn aren't nearly as autumn-like as the standard variety. And worse than that is the fact that many of the colors look the same, meaning that you might think that you're biting into a sweet apple pie flavored candy corn, and instead find yourself unexpectedly assaulted with the taste of roasted turkey.
Are you sneaky?
This has led some customers to compare the experience to diving into a pack of Bertie Bott's Every Flavor beans from the Harry Potter franchise, which may just be the only reason why Brach's Turkey Dinner Candy Corn might just stick around for another holiday season. Pickle Candy Cane.
Can I eat the pickle?
Well, there's a lot of salt in it, but yeah, it's fine. I mean, it is a vegetable.
Depending on your background, you may or may not already be aware of the tradition of the Christmas pickle, most likely dating back to late 19th century German Americans. This custom dictates that every year an ornamental pickle must be placed on the branches of the Christmas tree. This pickle will often be hidden from sight, and the first person to find it on Christmas morning is said to receive either an extra present from Santa Claus or a full year of good luck. It may also be common for some to hang candy canes on the branches of their trees, which may just have been the thinking behind this somewhat unexpected choice in flavor. Otherwise, we aren't quite sure why anyone would look at the fresh, pepperminty holiday treat and think that this could be improved with pickles. But in any case, we're sure that dill fans everywhere will be thrilled. And while we can at least try to rationalize the pickle candy cane by wondering if it's meant to play into the tradition of the Christmas pickle, we have no holiday-themed explanation at all for the other flavors of candy canes that the Archie McPhee company offers, including bacon candy canes and even sardine candy canes.
How is that even possible?
I don't know. Nothing makes sense anymore.
The options are truly endless, and while the flavors may not necessarily be the most festive, we can still see the fun in opening a gift as random as these on Christmas morning. Salsagheti.
Dessert spaghetti!
Have you ever considered trying candy spaghetti? No, we aren't talking about pouring chocolate and marshmallows in among your pasta like Will Ferrell and Elf, but rather about a popular candy in Mexico that approaches this idea a little differently. Although they're named for and shaped like spaghetti noodles, Salsagheti actually has a texture that's a bit closer to licorice, but with a bit of a fruity bite to it. The candy strings are then coated in chili powder, and the whole thing comes with a little squeeze pouch of Gusano tamarind sauce for you to drizzle over top.
The sauce. Oh, Maron, the sauce. Continue.
The result is a mix between sweet and savory, though it may not necessarily taste exactly like spaghetti, if that's what you were hoping for. Salsagheti does come in a variety of flavors besides their original version, including a spicy mango variety, while it may not be quite as well known throughout the United States. This sticky treat is proven to be extremely popular among children in Mexico, while many adults consider it to be a little bit of a guilty pleasure. So if you've ever wanted to give candy spaghetti a try, and you aren't afraid to get your hands a little dirty, why not give Salsagheti a chance? Star apples.
I'm going apple picking.
Miami Fruit is a producer of exotic fruits and vegetables who has been steadily gaining a reputation for introducing rare and exciting new crops for the consumption of an American audience. Among their strange selection is the purple star apple, so named for the distinctive star shape that you can find at the fruit's center if you were to cut it in half. That being said, the name is somewhat misleading, as star apples aren't actually apples at all, but are actually grown on trees of the Sapodilla family, native to Mexico, South America, and parts of the Caribbean. These apples are more a form of tropical fruit than anything. The flesh on the inside of star apples has been described as being sweet and juicy, with an almost milk-like quality to it, reputedly making for an extremely refreshing treat.
Oh, it's so fresh.
The skin has a deep purple or occasionally greenish color to it, though it should also be noted that Miami Fruit does coat their star apples in latex, meaning that the skin of the fruit is not necessarily edible. But that being said, if you're willing to dig out the pale flesh of this fruit, then you're certain to find a unique treat completely unlike anything you've ever tasted before. If you wanted to give these a try, then you're in luck. Miami Fruit sells cases of star apples on their website, with shipment available to all parts of the United States except for California. Pringles Cinnamon and Sugar.
Cinnamon? Cinnamon? I'm allergic to cinnamon.
In the history of the Pringles Company, they have released over 162 different flavors worldwide, meaning that there are probably quite a few of them you've never even heard of. And while flavors like Sloppy Joe or Mushroom Pringles may seem a little unusual, the Pringles Cinnamon and Sugar Pringles are notable for being the company's first attempt at a sweet chip alongside their more popular white chocolate peppermint Pringles. These two flavors hit the shelves for a limited time during the fall and winter of 2013 through to 2014. And while white chocolate peppermint received plenty of praise, the Pringles Cinnamon and Sugar proved a little less satisfying. Pringles seemed to be taking inspiration from the flavors of a churro here, and yet most customers found that it was the taste of potato and salt that overpowered their taste buds.
It's too much. It's too much.
The cinnamon and sugar potato chip simply didn't seem like a good idea, and it wasn't long before Pringles discontinued them. Cucamelons.
I'm thinking something raw and cucumber based. A cucumber!
Cucamelons, also known by the name mouse melon or little watermelon, are best known for their green skin that makes them look convincingly similar to watermelons that are roughly the size of grapes. If you were to bite into a cucamelon expecting to find that sweet, juicy watermelon, you'd be surprised to find that the insides are a lot more comparable to a cucumber. The cucamelon's flesh and seeds look almost identical to a cucumber's, and while the taste is very similar, cucamelons have a bit more sourness to them, similar to that of a lime. They make for a refreshing addition to salads or stir-fries, though they can also be eaten on their own with just a bit of salt. Cucamelons come highly recommended as a replacement for cucumbers in any dish they would usually be used for, as they come with the added benefit of not needing to be sliced beforehand due to their small size. But come on, we all know that the real appeal is being able to pretend that you're a giant, popping bite-sized watermelons into your mouth. Multiple online sellers have even tried to create confusion by advertising their cucamelons along with Photoshop pictures that show a watermelon's red insides edited into a cucamelon's skin, making it appear as though they are actually buying miniature watermelons. This unfortunately isn't the case.
Liar!
And yet this strange little hybrid of a vegetable is still sure to make one refreshing treat: Jaboticaba.
What did you say?
Brought to you by Miami Fruit, the same producer of exotic fruits and vegetables that brought us star apples. We now present for you a berry unlike anything you've ever tasted before. Jaboticaba grows in clusters along the barks of trees found in Brazil, and they look just like plump, dark blueberries. Miami Fruit's company website describes their taste as being somewhat similar to that of a lychee, stating that Jaboticaba are quite sweet, but with a slightly sour undertone to them, while others describe their taste as being a little bit like a blueberry mixed with a bit of ginger.
Just a little bit. I can't stress the littleness of it enough.
These tasty little berries make for a great addition for salads, jams or jellies, juices, and for wines as well. But that being said, they are somewhat hard to come by due to their short shelf life and temperamental growing habits. Jaboticaba can only be cultivated in specific climates, and very little is known about growing the trees outside of Brazil. Otherwise, the berries themselves start to ferment only 3 to 4 days after harvesting, which is why you will often see them preserved as jams or liqueurs, but rarely sold in their raw form at the supermarket. While Miami Fruit only offers Jaboticaba at certain points in the season, their website does grant you the option of being able to pre-order. Get a taste of more great videos. Just tap or click. And hey, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell.